tell me when, Big C.
I don't like this one, bro.
Big
You don't like
C.
the little one?
Good to go.
We straight? Hey, hand me that whole box right there, Sizzle. Hand me the whole thing.
This is a.
So I gotta show these folks what we talking about.
5/16, isn't it?
They're both the same.
All right.
Hey, that's a big dummy box.
I'm about to kick this
A
thing
buzz
off, y'all.
Let's do it.
Y'all keep talking. It's all good. You know how we doing,
It's Jay Wheels buzzbait box.
This is Jay Will's buzzbait
I
box.
think it was your buzz bait
I just
box.
like showing a box though when we do these right to base so y'all
You might need a box.
so y'all can see what's going on. You see the title on the box.
He's the only person we know that has
your
a
box.
Plano deep.
I got a deep
buzzbait.
Our box don't look like that. You know what?
We only got 5 of them.
No, we buy one every time we order one.
Facts.
We get
J
one,
Dub got
we get
like
one.
all of them.
I
ready to buy.
enjoy a buzzbait. Actually, got me in the basket.
You like TOPWATER.
But we don't launch the boat
bad.
quick enough to even be able to throw
Before
it.
Nah.
forward-facing sonar, he won more money on top than anything else.
Well, let me tell you
I would
something.
agree.
I'm serious.
I would agree. Offshore. Still.
Offshore /
Like
top.
schools and stuff.
Yeah, dinged up.
Hey, this is the thing for
I
buzzbaits
don't know,
though.
bro.
It's the thing right here. Yo, by far.
Well,
Well,
buzzbait and a frog, forest for coat, you want a half a mil.
I did.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Facts.
I was cheese.
All right, look, I'm about to kick this thing off. These boys gonna keep talking. So look, right to bait, we here. Y'all already know what time it is. It's summertime. Is it summertime technically yet?
We'll give you
Hell
one.
yes, June.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It
Hey,
is. No, what's the actual?
Hey, we're
date
gonna give
of
you
summer?
one guess.
If it gets over 85, it's summertime.
Man, that's like
Summer period.
That's like
March
Tahoe.
and things.
So look,
Deer got that old tint, that old light colored tint. It's
You know
summer
what time it
summertime.
is.
Hey, Mark. Hey, we're gonna give him one guess.
what we do? What we talking
We
about?
talking
Right debate. You already know it. We got all the different types, y'all. I can't even blow this one.
Hey, you like Hudson over here.
God
Hold
dang.
it
Hey,
wrong, bro.
I
You
be
gotta hold
doing
it
that
down.
to Hudson. I'll be
You gotta
doing
hold
that
a
to Hudson.
buzzbait
Hey,
down
man,
like
I don't
this.
know how to blow a buzzbait.
He's
bro.
over here trying to blow it in.
I cast him
Hey,
Hold it
listen.
up like this.
I know.
Like this.
like this.
And now blow on it. You gotta hit
This
him like
one's
you
just
mean it,
hard to blow, bro.
Nah, hit him like you mean
Man,
it.
all right, you're trying to
Ow,
this is
man.
hard
to
to Mark.
blow.
Let's see.
God.
Hey, it's already getting weird, bro.
I got that one.
All right, you got that? Okay.
All right, look.
Before we start with
Hey, buzzbaits. I'm kicking this thing off, man. Y'all shut up. Look, this one right here, I'm kicking him off with this one for a good reason.
Yeah.
This is actually a Buckeye. They just come out with this one. This is a BA buzzbait. It's called a Berserk, okay? Now, has a very unique sound. This one is a style buzzbait where the blade rotates and hits the head. So you get that almost clacking sound from an actual clacker, but it's a deeper knock than a clacker, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But this is an awesome buzzbait, man. I've been throwing it for a few months now. They just come out with it this year. Man, I'm going to go ahead and rate him right off the giddy. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think they've done a really good job with this. The skirts are legitimate colors, a good hook. And something that's underappreciated is stamping the head with the size bait it is, man.
Yep.
You got to do that. But a Berserk buzzbait, bro, when you want to call them and you want to make some noise and get them to come see what's going on, this guy right here
Berserk.
will make them go berserk. Yes, sir. Buckeye. I'm going to give him to you.
What'd you rate him?
8.5.
8.5.
He's good.
Wow.
Hey, Nick LeBron was throwing that at Eufaula, clacking up some
I got
dogs.
some history on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this one right here is real similar to the original Boogerman buzzbait, which
Yes,
is hard
sir.
to get anymore.
Yep.
And this bait right here, off the rippy, just looking at the components, everything looks good. The one thing I always test on a buzzbait, even if it's a clacker, it's not. I'll bend him out away from the main clacker.
Yep.
So he's not. You can't. This one right here off the rip, I'm gonna tell you, you can't use him as a squealing buzzbait. He's not really that hard of a squealing
You got
buzzbait.
to tune him up.
So yeah, you got to tune him up.
Yeah.
You got to play around with him. But as far as the clacking goes, and the fundamentals of what he is, really, really good. And it's already come pre-clamped like that.
Yep.
Really cool to see that from the company there at Buckeye. Really premium hook off the rip.
Yep.
Good plastic keeper as well.
Two bars.
Quality skirt. Really quality skirt. Like almost like a very similar to almost like a jackhammer skirt. High quality.
Yep.
So to me, as far
What's
as
the price point on that?
yeah, what is it?
I ain't 100% sure. Hey, but look,
Look it up right now.
we got Google though.
Google.
What's the
Meister.
price point on that? I'm trying to figure that
I'm
out.
gonna let you know
Yeah, I want to know.
off top.
Because overall, I'm just like, just looking at it. Like this is like the first time I've seen it.
Straight up.
Yeah, you low key you don't have to get one.
Well, the key, I want to grab this one.
Hey, hey, I'm about
$6.99.
I might
$6.99?
$6.99. There we go.
Oh,
Home run.
so $6.99 for this buzzbait is great. It's a really good buzzbait. The components in this buzzbait, overall, everything. I'm not a big time clacking buzzbait fan,
Yeah.
but if I was throwing him,
If
like
you
I'm gonna throw
were.
a clacking buzzbait, I'm gonna give him straight up a 9. I think they did a great. I think they did a great
Wow.
job. I think they did a great
Dude, you
job.
don't hear Jacob say
Ever,
nice,
bro. Hey, you know J-Dub
I
is
think
hella
they did a
through.
really good job with that.
For not throwing it ever, he gives it a 9.
I think it's
Yeah.
a really good job.
Wow.
Got a little history?
Yeah. Let
Not
me hear
with
it.
this bait.
Let me hear it, Sizzle.
I used to throw the old boomerang. I did.
Boomerang.
So boomerang.
Boomerang.
Not boomerang.
Boogerman.
Boogerman.
All right, Booger Man.
The boomerang.
Boomerang. And it come
Go back and whack.
Bye.
Yeah.
Boogerman. I used to throw the old Boogerman. The quarter ounce. Every now and then you feel them big 5/8 ounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was, a half, 3/8. It was 3/8. 3/8.
3/8 and I think a half.
All right. So
Three's the move.
I used to throw Boogerman, and
Me
so
too, 3/8.
y'all test me if my my history is wrong or right. Boogerman sold out to a company called Prototype. So Prototype makes the same bait now. It's basically the same bait, the same name. They got them.
You be doing all that stuff.
I know.
So you can get that. You can still get those from under a
They're
different
called-
name.
They're the Boogerman is now Prototype.
Prototype.
Okay.
I ain't never heard
So I used to back in the little Tuesday night tournaments at the house that I can't fish no more.
You took too much of their money, boy.
Well, I used to every evening. It didn't matter what day. It didn't matter if it was July the 10th, or April the 5th. It didn't matter. I always used to go throw a white, or like a glimmer blue buzzbait on a point. I'm gonna tell you exactly where it's at. Coryell Creek,
Oh yeah, I know where that's at.
Yard Point. That's what I used to call it. Big old yard comes down.
Yard.
Yard Point. It's in there on your left. It's in there on your left on Lake Mitchell. I used to throw it around that grass patch right
But why you call it Yard Point?
Because it's got a big old yard coming out through the damn river.
Unbelievable.
That's Yard Point.
Unbelievable.
So you'd always see me there evening throwing that booger man.
That Booger Man.
I had that thing tuned up right. Baby eating that thing. Well, anyway, that was probably the last time I threw a buzzbait. No, I'm just playing.
Back in
I do throw a buzzbait a
1989.
lot.
Thanks.
When the time is right.
Yeah.
You know, when the fish are actually up there. But I'm gonna repeat what y'all said on all this. I love a clacking buzzbait. I really do. You can tune him right. The only thing about this bait compared to what I'm looking at all them other ones is the bite on the hook. I don't have a lot of bite right
Yep.
there. You see that?
Yep.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so I'm literally looking at about an inch bite. Now keep in mind when he bites it, that's gonna go down. It's kind of like a scrounger head. It's gonna go down. He's gonna eat it. But I'm gonna rate him just cause. Now keep in mind this is an imitation.
Yeah.
This.
Oh yeah.
It is,
Oh yeah.
but he is a premium imitation
At a premium price
at a
too.
premium price. So I'm gonna rate him 8.7. 8.7. He's high on the list now.
Man, you
Go
didn't-
ahead.
You didn't did him some justice.
I did him good.
Gosh dang, man. You guys be rating this sucker high.
Give him about a 2.3.
I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. And when we talk about clacking buzzbaits versus traditional buzzbaits, I don't throw a clacking buzzbait hardly ever. I don't know why. It's just I just don't really throw one that much. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of knock off that hook keeper's actually that bait
That's
keeper's
it.
amazing.
It's
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's actually a really, really
That's why
good
I
bait.
gave it another point.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
gonna give it an 8 and I gave it a 9.
And another thing, what people don't realize too, so like you can buy hardware for buzzbaits. You know, I mean, Jacob, of course, you know, you kind of designed a zone, played with a bunch, and now of course you work with accent on a buzzbait. But having something in front of your blade, we didn't talk about that, is actually really important too. It kind of keeps the grass off it a little bit.
Yep.
They make one a little cone. You ever see him?
Mhm.
And I used to add them to every single buzzbait I ever had. But yeah, I don't know much about it. I'm gonna trust these guys. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Looks pretty good.
He saw it. Yeah. Yeah. He saw it. The only thing, the only disadvantage to this particular buzzbait, like you said, DC, if you look at
Bite.
it, really, the bite. So the distance between where the blade wire stops and the hook point, it's like an EWG hook. It's not that great.
He's got
and fish struggle oftentimes to really mouth a buzzbait because it's moving, it's making noise, and they're trying to kill that sucker because it's on the top making all the noise. I want the most bite for my buck, and I just wish that was set either the hook set back a little bit further or they shorten this blade up here in the front and move
They
that.
could have made that blade a little bit
shorter.
shorter. That blade.
Well,
And for those
the blade's
people,
good. They could have made the wire a little bit. He
Short.
could have made them
A
up
little
here.
Yeah.
So then you're good. So like that is the one thing. But you could even do that right there. You could just customize them.
Yep.
You could
Pull
cut
them
that up like right there, trim them off, and
Bop.
move this up, and you're literally talking about your gap right there that you're looking for.
Yeah, but is it still gonna hit the head? That's what you.
Absolutely, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
and you're gonna see too, like with that buzzbait, like that'll never be a buzzbait I throw a toad on.
No, absolutely
So like you're gonna see here, we're gonna talk about some other buzzbaits.
Yeah.
That particular buzzbait, never.
This
See-
is
see,
more
look,
of
look,
a this
look,
is more of
look
a
at
traditional
this.
skirt buzzbait with adding a trailer like a swim bait, a crawl,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes. Or even throwing him naked.
I'll
Yeah,
throw
or make
them
like
with a
this.
skirt
Yeah,
on
straight
there.
like that.
They'll smoke that skirt.
Say what now?
Just with a skirt.
Oh yeah, you could throw him naked. Straight
Oh,
up like
shit.
I used to do it all the time. Yeah.
I did too.
For sure. Alright, who got the next one? Jacob.
What are we gonna start with?
Jacob, let's start with the
I would
toad.
say the next I would say the next clacking buzz.
Okay.
We could transition
You
to
wanna
Oh,
start?
clacking.
Clacker. Go ahead, kick it off,
Yeah.
straight up. Talk about the
You
clacker.
should kick his own off.
He will.
Somebody else kick that off.
Okay, who's this?
Let me
Toe
kick that
toter.
off.
Yeah, you could. You
I'm
It's a
gonna
toe
kick this
toter.
off.
toe toter.
Here we are.
Green.
We got just green fish.
Yep.
All right. I
It's not
actually
the
have
newest
this in my
one.
boat.
It's not the newest one though.
The newest one has an O'Shaughnessy hook. All right. So believe it or not, y'all gonna laugh. I am kind of not a big fan of a toad buzzbait.
What?
I'm just not.
Really?
No, I'm just not.
Hey.
I've called him on it.
Remember you were talking about earlier about his head of his trolling motor?
Yeah, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
DC got the cleanest trolling motor on tour. Keep going though.
What happened?
Cause that sucker don't never see the bank, boy.
Hey,
Hey, your trolling motor blades, hey, the blades on that thing is sharp.
You don't have a
Scratch
scratch on your
free.
head
I'm
of your
like,
trolling motor, bro.
damn.
Oh no, I'll smash myself in front of that trolling motor hardcore.
Oh, you
The
got a
only
new one
time that I broke my trolling motor is when I went up shallow at Santee Cooper. This is the last time I saw the bank.
And broke.
Y'all have fun on the bank. I'm
and
not
he'll
gonna
never
shoot.
be back.
All right, so anyway, so a toad buzzbait. I like it. I mean, I ain't lie. This was kind of a little fatty little deal. It was kind of like a little fad thing that went on. And it still is, and it catches a lot of fish. You put a little horny toad on here, you put him on there. And I like this, and I guarantee you can catch them. But I'll be honest with y'all, this thing is heavy. When you're throwing it,
Yeah.
like when I'm throwing it on like a regular 7-foot rod, the sucker's heavy. Like you need to throw them on like a 7.3 heavy almost.
Because you make an accurate cast, so you want a shorter rod so you can make them little.
Can you skip this bait good, Jacob? You
Not
can't.
that one. But yeah.
I want to say,
Not that blue clacking no.
right, I've made some good casts with it, but I hadn't thrown them a lot.
It takes
I'm just not a
time.
fan of the toad, kind of like he's not a fan of the clacker. I'll throw it, but I just feel like everybody's throwing a toad now.
Yeah. Very,
They
very,
are- they
very,
are,
very,
they
very
are.
Everybody just throws a freaking toad with a buzzbait, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw a skirt
Yeah. Yeah.
with a mooch bin on the
Yeah.
back or something. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say that is kind of a fatty thing. But going back to this buzzbait, he has a lot of really good bite. I love this. This is awesome. It has a freaking awesome hook.
Yep.
I'm a fan of a clacker buzzbait. I mean the
Clack.
You're good with that one.
clacker. I like.
That's the old school clack.
This reminds me of a booyah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The clacking booyah.
Yeah, we don't have him, but what we
He
honorable
had
mention.
the eyes with a really painted looking head.
Yeah, he did.
And
Realistic.
all that. I
A
remember
little
him.
bit crappy skirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. If
Yeah,
you
the
catch
skirt.
like-
Hey, the skirt will fall off in a minute.
Yeah, I remember him. And so I'm gonna rate this guy. Just keep it short and sweet. He's gonna get a 7 out of 10. No, I'm gonna say a 6.8 for me.
A
6.8.
6.8.
I dropped him 0.2 just cause he's just a millennial little fatty little deal. He got to let everybody put some toad on there and throws a buzzer. I'm done with it. I'm done with the fad stuff. I'm trying to go old school.
Yeah.
I'll make it this. It's very simple though. So first off the rip, I will say this: like, I'm not like a huge fan of a clacking buzzbait, sort of like Adrian said. I think that sort of give you guys some history of a toad buzzbait.
Yep.
The first person that I've ever seen throw a toad buzzbait was Todd Ogden.
Oh, I was about to guess it.
So, and that was the OG that I personally had seen. And I think it started around that Wiley area, that Wiley Norman area.
Yep.
You see Thrift started to throw it. I remember Edwin I remember seeing him like 14-ish when he fished PAA on Norman. He was throwing a white toad on a buzzbait. So that's sort of where it started back in 2013, 2014-ish. It sort of got a lot of steam. All that stuff happens. And then, now we have toad buzzbaits literally designed to put a toad on the back of them.
Yep.
And really the whole reason behind a toad buzzbait is to give you more weight, number one, to make it longer cast or to skip that bait around. Now, skipping it is it takes some time and effort to figure that out. Mm-hmm. Some anglers, you can do it. Some anglers, it takes a little bit of practice to figure out the perfect setup for yourself. Sort of like DC was saying, like figuring out what works for you. Not every setup works the same for every angler.
Right.
So that's sort of the backstory on the toad buzzer from me personally understanding it and knowing what's up. The toad toter, this is actually a buzzer for my box. I'm actually not a really big fan of a black nickel hook. I'm not on a buzzbait. I like that silver hook, which is on several great buzzers out there.
Is there a reason why?
I feel like the hook point rolls a little bit more.
On a black nickel?
Yes. I don't like black nickel.
Wow.
I don't. Huh. Personally, I don't.
You like the silver one?
That's the best one. Yeah, by far. This one right here, best one by far. Like, trust me. Listen, I wore the paint off a buzzbait blade. Listen, before like I even fished offshore, I grew up grinding my teeth. I'll give you a story.
Jacob, but what if?
So there's more bite right here. There's more bite on this.
You see about to start
But
messing with it.
what if, just by having chance, this is the same identical hook, this one's just silver and this one's just...
I like the material this is made out of better.
It's harder.
It's actually softer too when you feel it. It's grittier. This is actually like slicker.
I'm just trying to
And
understand
this
what
one
you're
doesn't
talking
bend.
about
This one doesn't bend out. That hook. Feel this one, and this hook point will actually bend. It'll bend. It'll tweak. But anyway,
Hey, go get some braids.
Long-
DC gonna be hooked up.
long story short, I started bass fishing because of buzzbait. Like BJ, which you've met, met.
Shout out BJ.
Shout out to my boy BJ. BJ taught me a lot about a buzzbait early on. Throwing a black buzzbait with a chartreuse trailer on it. He was throwing a trailer before everybody else was throwing a trailer. There's some guys
That was old school right there.
That's
What?
hey, and that's a bluegill. We used to throw that a lot.
Chartreuse tail, baby.
Tail's a
Chartreuse
bluegill.
tail.
We ain't gonna bring that up, but I'm just saying that color combination is a very popular color combo.
black with a chartreuse.
With a
Yeah,
chartreuse,
chartreuse. U-tail.
And we used to
Oh,
put
swing tail.
I used to put a Kalen grub on the back of mine.
Yeah,
about. Is it Callan or Kalen?
I always call
It's
it
Kalen.
Kalen.
It's Kalen. So anyway, back to the toe toter. I'm gonna give you guys real quick here. After giving you the history on the buzzbait and everything, I'm gonna give this a 6. I think it's solid. I think it's okay. I think they have some solid components. Now this is a black nickel, so this is back in the day. They might not have been able to get a good quality hook at that point in time during COVID, so I can't. This is the buzzbait that I have that's in the box. So.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
I think it's a good design.
So this is greenfish, right?
Greenfish.
Greenfish. Right on. Shout out Greenfish, man. I've used some of their baits in the past. I've never thrown this bait, and I'm partial to just like anybody else. I don't like an old school clacker. These catch them, but they don't. I like this style of a clacking, hitting the head like the Booger Man or this Berserk. That's if I want to make some noise, this is what I'm bringing. I gotten away from these. Now I ain't gonna lie. When I first started bass fishing back in the days, this was juice. We used to use these in the summertime. The hotter it got, the louder we wanted our buzz baits, more obnoxious.
Really?
Yeah. And we used to tie up all kind of mylar and make them all big and gaudy, and just make as much noise as we could. You get some big bites on occasionally, and that was our thing. But as I've advanced in my fishing, I don't like this right here. If you cut this off, I love him.
Yeah, he just adds more.
It's a different sound. I don't know. I don't care for it.
Tink, tink. It's not consistent.
It's like a tink tink versus a.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
I agree.
tone. I like the tone better on that one.
I agree.
But nevertheless, I mean, I think the Greenfish did a good job with this with this toad toter. Obviously, is specifically designed to tote this horny toad. And I, you know what? And I gotta give.
I was gonna do it. Rip them off.
Oh, rip them off.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to Zoom too, though, man. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm gonna say 99% of the guys, I can't think of another soft plastic toad to really put on these, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's others you can,
Hey,
but
Todd Otter never get paid.
huh? Well, I mean, whoever.
I mean,
it's
he
just,
literally
I'm just
started that.
calling it.
Hey, there's
calling a
something cool
spade a
about
spade.
that little horny toad.
Dude, this is a bad little bait, and it goes on here, and it's just a match made in heaven, man. Todd on figured that out.
Bait.
Shout out to Todd, dude. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome. And this is peanut butter.
Oh, Chris Baumgartner too.
Chris Baumgartner, bruh. See, my rookie year on tour, Chris Baumgartner was doing work, bruh.
Yeah.
And he's from North Carolina, isn't he?
Yep. That's it. Yep.
Dang, old school guys, man. I love that. But yeah, nah. I think they did a great job. Design this nice and smooth, easy to slide your toad up on there. I don't have a preference from the black nickel hook versus the silver, but according to my boy J-Dub, I'm gonna roll the point on this one and lose a biggin. But I ain't gonna knock him no points for that. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 just because I don't like a clacking. But if we were to take this clacker off and just throw this buzzbait by itself, then I'd give him probably like an 8.3 or something. But this clacker killing me right now.
Hey,
No way.
I mean, I'm sure.
Crazy.
I mean, I'm sure they've got
They
a
got the same one.
non-clacking
Of course they
version.
do.
So you can't really knock them on that, because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not trying to knock accents by any
Take
means,
that off.
but this design right here
It's by far the better.
is the best design.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, out of the package, I've never thrown this buzzbait. Like, I'm looking at it here. We talked about crimping the end. That's not crimped, so you know that's one thing that I feel like as anybody that throws a buzzbait, what that allows it to do is it gives more resistance on the blade, the backside of it, and it's going to allow more noise from the buzzbait. I like the wire. It's not too stiff. It's not too soft. I personally really do like this buzzbait. Haven't thrown it a whole lot, because when J-Dub is reeling them in on an accent, guess what you're going to throw?
Hey, you gonna go in this box and take you about 30.
Exactly. Hey, you're going to get
He might lay him on the ground for you.
Hey, God forbid now. Don't be saying that. But no, I'm gonna get ahead, because I'm gonna get ahead and give this buzzbait 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I am. It's
8 out of 10,
I
yes.
think it's a really good buzzbait. At the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of things you can change when it comes down to a buzzbait. It's pretty cut and dry. They don't really go crazy with this thing.
Speak on the hook though. What's your thoughts on the hook?
I think it's 10 out of 10.
I don't really.
You don't have a.
No, I don't have a preference.
Yeah,
I
I don't either.
You don't have a preference? Really? Black nickel over silver? Man, silver for you.
I mean, you
So,
throwing
I
that sucker
mean-
on braid. I don't know. I mean, I feel like
So
one
that
easy
one will bend out a
popping.
little bit more. That silver one doesn't. He's flex.
He does got a little flex to him.
Yeah, he does.
less than a silver one.
Well, yeah, I just put him.
He's
like,
got a little flex to him.
Is he smelling it?
I mean, there's a little flex.
But no, I like him. He's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just
you're
some stiff lines.
gonna. Oh, you want me to check the stiffness?
Yeah, I want to feel this one.
Jacob ain't lying.
Yeah.
Silver's definitely a lot stronger.
It is.
Wow.
I'm telling you all.
Is it?
Y'all are asking me.
Dude, I want to know what you do. I
me
was gonna
see.
say I want to know what you do on your free time, but I already know he's out there freaking tinkering around.
You're trying to bend out
Hey,
Silver
buttons.
shoot, but also check the silver hook versus the
Well,
black
you can
nickel
feel
hook.
he's
I
not
am.
slick.
I'm
Yep.
doing that right now.
Yeah,
It just goes.
I mean, whatever.
but yeah,
Whatever.
I mean, but whatever. Anyway, so that's just.
What you gonna rate it?
Perfect.
Did you rate it?
I said 8 out of 10.
It's
Yeah.
I agree.
I personally don't like the correct Clacton version. I dip out on him, but I know they have the other version of him.
And overall,
And
it is.
Overall, I mean, I think it's 8 out of 10.
I would agree with that. I'm gonna give him like 7.5 without the Clacton version, in a better hook.
And now, of course, you're never gonna put a skirt on that thing.
No.
But for a toad,
Or
that
swim
is
bait.
a
Swim bait's good.
Or swim bait, that is a great design.
Yeah,
That is.
very good job. All right, yeah.
It is.
Jacob.
All right, Jacob.
All right, you want
Or
to
you
do
want me
the
to
small
kick your
one
little
first?
mini me out?
Yeah, you kick him
All
off first.
So, this here is a buzzbait. Again, it's another accent buzzbait. I believe you call this the finesse.
Yeah.
It's 5/16.
Yep.
I've got a lot of time on this buzzbait. Now, I'm really big. Like I'm kind of like you in this aspect. I'm a big buzzbait guy.
Yeah, you are.
Back in the day,
Big
man,
time
my
buzzbait,
club. I'm
man.
gonna shout out the TOPWATER Bastards, man. We
the Tide
dude,
one.
we used to have at Blackwater Tackle, and my hometown, we used to have this custom buzzbait that this guy, I don't even know who the guy's name is, that used to make these things, and their whole club used to go there and buy them. Every time they'd ship them over there, we cleaned the pegs. And it was a 1/4 ounce buzzbait. So me personally, growing up in Jersey, fishing around a lot of like tougher bodies of water, we downsized a lot of stuff. And DC, when I first met him, that's all he did was made fun of me because I had a bunch of little stuff. Now here we are,
a tinkerer.
Here we are. Now what are we throwing? Right, a lot of little stuff.
Baby
but
minnows.
this 5/16, I probably throw this buzzbait this size more than any other buzzbait. Me personally, I like threading on a plastic. And my only complaint with that custom one that I used to throw at my house is this hook shank was shorter. And I'll never forget, man. Guys in my club at some of these tournaments we go to, they wouldn't just have one trailer hook; they'd have 2 trailer hooks.
Seriously?
Because it was a little bit shorter shank. And you get them nippers, man. That just come up there and do that. But the one thing that I can definitely commend this bait is this buzzbait here is it has a phenomenal keeper on it. It will tear up some soft plastics,
For sure.
but the hook shank is longer. So if you want to get ahead, like me personally, I throw a Berkeley Crash Crawl. I thread him on there, and it does 2 things. It allows the bait to plane up faster, which is a really big thing with buzzbait fishing, and it allows you to be able to put it in some places that you can't put just a skirted buzzbait. You can skip that thing around.
Yep.
And then lastly, it gives a bass something to hold on to, which I think is another big deal. But this buzzbait here, out of the package, I mean, dude, this thing is a dang 9 out of 10.
Oh boy.
I like that buzzbait a lot.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I put some hours in on this bad boy myself, man. I really like this little guy right here, especially on river systems. I tend to throw smaller reaction baits in general when I go to these rivers. Now here we are on the shores of the Chowan. They got some big ones, so you can throw kind of whatever. But
especially in the hot river, you gotta be going sweet.
Oh, you gotta get these little babies, man. Yeah, man. I mean, even
Hey,
like
what was
going
that
to the
little-
James, I'll have this guy tied up.
Pro buzz.
Hey, they be smashing on that.
Exactly. So,
We smash on that. That's a good one.
what I love about this bait, again, as I hold it here, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the distance from where the wire's crimped to the hook point is pretty significant. And what that's going to do is allow these fish to really get that bait with no interference, obviously increase your hookup ratio. They did a really good job with that. That's something that I love. The hook's a good hook. I personally like the anodized blades.
Yeah.
I'll throw silver on a bright sunny day too, especially like during shaft spawn or something like that. But I really like that gold anodized.
Typically for me, I'm throwing a black one if I'm doing that. I don't throw a white and gold combination to it.
Oh, I love white and gold combo.
Yeah.
But that just
But the anodized actually has more of a squeal to them.
does that
A
too.
little bit different tone.
Exactly. So this is about buzzbait, straight up. I'm just gonna go ahead and rate him. You put all different kind of plastics on this bad boy. The hook keeper's good, like Adrian talked about. I like little small, like a split tail, like a zoom split tail, subtle. Just a little action back there, not doing too much. You can put crawls on the back of it as the water temperature warms and things like that. But I like, I let the blade do the work. That sucker sound good too. But he's definitely, this is an 8, at least an 8, 8.3 to go. I like it. The finesse.
I'll let you go. I'll last.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna. This is a traditional buzzbait to me.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a lunker lure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I gotta
sir.
bring him back.
Damn, the lunker.
Gotta
That's
give him
super
due
old school.
diligence.
Yeah.
Lunker lure. All right, but I will say this: this little bait, I have caught the crap out of him on this.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Brett.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out Brett.
Shout out
Accent.
Brett from Accent. I
Good
caught
dude.
him on this little sucker right here. I weighed in several on this thing, and I think it's a great bait. It's a great size. It's just great all around. Got a good keeper on it, good skirt. I don't really need a hand tied skirt. I ain't worried about that.
Nah,
I'm cool. This sucker ain't coming off, man.
No.
I mean, that's strong. Look, it's strong.
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 He's
But
gonna pull his
I'm gonna be
pants.
honest with y'all. I'm gonna lay it out there for you. How much is 5 plus 4?
I don't know, DC.
How much is 5 plus 4?
I don't know.
21.
5 plus 4.
You trying to trick us?
11.
Yeah, he on some,
5 plus 4 is 9.
9,
What about 5 plus 5?
10.
Damn right it is. 10.
10.
10 out of
10.
10.
Hey, bro, you ain't never.
10 for the first time.
No, you get a 10 on the
What do you
glide,
get?
right?
He did?
The glide, right?
Just
Chad.
Dustin
Did I
I
really?
think you did.
I did, didn't I? But
Chad,
hey,
Chad.
I think you were the only one that
Okay,
did, right?
fine
You did
then.
a 9.
Hey, but he likes to clap it a bit.
10.1. 10.1.
New highest rating.
10.1.
I like this little bait. This sucker's nice. And you
That
know
is a
why
good
I like
bait,
him?
bro.
Because he's just straight pearl white. He's old school.
Yeah.
And guessing.
Man, you,
He
you,
squeezed
you,
too.
y'all be doing that thing wrong. You put him up and straight up and down. Metal to metal, baby.
There you go. Hey, you a buzzbait,
There you go.
bro. There it is. You got
Damn,
some.
that's something I took off.
Yeah.
Give us up.
10.1 for me.
Damn, 10.1. DC, all time high.
Okay, so this is the finesse version right here.
Yes.
I
Give us some history, man. You know
so
you gotta take us
so
back.
originally
Yeah.
back in the day, I designed this with my boys from Accent, Brett and Ed. I actually fished a junior tournament with them when I was 14 years old. So I've known Brett a long time. And it's a small company. They were originally based out of Indiana. Now they're in Gunnersville. This is actually the #1 selling buzzbait on Tackle Warehouse.
Damn.
Our
that's
number
dope.
top one bestsellers. It's really high up there. A lot of people fish this all over the country. A lot of pros fish this in their boat, and it's the finesse version. And it's nothing special. It has the right wire size, but attention to detail is a lot of what it is. This is back in 2016 when we originally released this. Blade size to me is important depending on what it is. Sort of like Mark said, smaller fisheries, smaller bass. I'm going to downsize the blade size a little bit to where it's not as aggressive, and so the bait size is a little bit smaller. The one thing that people don't understand initially that Accent does, they have an oversized rivet right here. In addition to that, every blade, you actually can see it, it's scuffed up. They take a little sander right there and they sand the rivet. They sand the rivet, and then they have actually, they do a special process and work with the company to get special anodized blades. So if you're getting a black blade, it's a black anodized blade. When you go and you pick up a buzzbait, to me, from a company that is made typically overseas, those blades that they're picking up, they're not as loud, they're not as squealing. They don't have that sound, that special sound that buzzbait truly makes, and the attention to detail is just not there. Now, I think the overall thing, this is back to 2016, really before a lot of other features came out. The soft plastic keeper, it's good. It's not as good as what it could be now.
Yeah.
I think it might need to be updated, but overall, in 2016 when we originally came out with it, it was legit. So I'm gonna be straight up with you. This buzzbait right here, I don't throw this one very often. I have about 10 of these in my box. Special situations, it's not my go-to. This finesse version.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna give him an 8.5 out of 10 because there's always room for improvement. And the only thing I really would change, actually I'm gonna give him a 9 because I think the only thing I would change right now is gonna be the keeper.
Hook keeper.
And then the hook keeper, and then the soft plastic keeper. And I will also give you guys a little game right here. I throw a little crawl on him a lot of times, or a little swim bait. And the thing is, I've learned this over the years. And I really learned it at like a hog trough, okay? I've always thought this, but I confirmed it. When you throw a buzzbait with a skirt on it, it's one thing. You throw it out there, you start winding that buzzbait, and I have a hook cut off of it, okay, in a hog trough. Fish comes up there, they're eating everything you throw out there. Boom, blows up on it, does not hold on to it. Boom, blows up on it, does not hold on to it. You put a crawl on there, put it out there, throw it out there, you start reeling it, boom, swims off with it. 10 seconds, lets it go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, another one eats it, lets it go. To me, I do not throw a buzzbait, period, without a soft plastic trailer. Adrian's been on that for a long time. I've been on that one for a long time. And so, to me, I feel like you are losing out on opportunities to catch your fish and how that fish actually hold that
Or
bait.
if you're eating like that.
If you're eating like that, you're an idiot.
Nose hook.
Nose hook.
Nose looking a
Nose looking a
buzzbait. Sideways. So anyway, so I'm 9 out of 10. So that's the finesse version.
All right, now keep it rolling.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kick off the OG
The
version
big
with the
version.
big blade, and so
hold them up side by side.
so you guys can see what's going on. Because like finesse and bigger blade, so that's gonna give more lift. Okay, more lift, also gonna give you more sound, also gonna give you more disturbance in the water. So to me, this is my OG. And this really started, my love of buzzbait fishing started with my boy BJ. Like going out there fishing the White River. Shout out to my boys at the White River on Wednesday nighters. Man, I used to ride my bike down there, and I used to actually have $20 in my pocket, or $10 in my pocket, and I want to pay half the entry fee, and jump in the boat.
$20 pot tournament?
Yeah. I said, I pay half the entry fee for somebody to take me fishing. And then boys, they were over here like,
not today, Jacob.
Not taking
I'm
this
blind. I'm blind. I
don't
can't
see
see.
you. I don't want your $10.
I don't see you, bro.
Hey, now they be paying you
Oh,
$10.
okay.
Come get in the boat.
Please let me get in the
That's
boat with
facts.
you.
I
I'll
used to ride my
pay
bike.
and gas.
Hey, bro.
I used to ride my bike a mile
I know.
after school, and I roll down there with my $10 in my pocket, hoping like.
How many guys did you pick you up? Well, BJ picked you up.
BJ was
For
one
sure.
of them. Greg Morehouse was one of them. Several guys along the way took me out there, and I appreciate every single one of them. Like that was really really meaningful for me.
That's
But that was the start.
A bicycle up
Hey,
a mile.
Please take me.
Hey, what's
fishing.
cool about it is y'all don't really know this. Y'all don't know the age of all of us. Your birthday, you're 2 months behind me.
Yeah, it's just right behind
You're
you.
in September.
Yeah, and you're in
We're
July.
all in July.
Y'all are in July.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's in July.
All right, so
So
his
you're
birthday's in September.
like yeah.
So you're 2 months behind me.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit younger, like
Younger.
2 months. All right, 60 days.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when I started like getting crazy about fishing was when I was like probably 9. Like probably 9, 10.
Really loved it, yeah.
Like 9 or 10. Like, cause when you're 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't even remember that, but like I was in baseball and like, you're catfishing when you 5, 6, 7.
Why are you
Hey,
looking at
man,
me?
you shout me out on baseball.
I ain't say
man.
nothing, DC.
Look, man.
Hey,
I hope y'all killing me on this baseball.
Hey, I hope y'all watch my boy Travel
Hey,
Vlog.
look
If not,
at my
y'all need to
travel
go
man. I
watch it.
try to talk to y'all about this baseball. Y'all just hating on me hardcore.
No,
I guess I
hey.
gotta bring back some old school footage.
No, bro. Hey, you's a bad boy on
Look,
that
man,
field,
I was
man.
all about that baseball, man. And then after that, when I turned like 9 or 10, it was all about them bass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I rode a bicycle and all that. But what was cool, what I was thinking about, is he was probably riding his bike on the same day I was riding my bike.
That's crazy.
And now we here together.
Hey,
What a
my boy
small world.
Hey, my boy on some nostalgia.
What a small
Hey, real
world.
talk.
It's not it's factual though.
Go ahead, my bad.
It's
No,
factual.
that's
You were
funny
riding
ass
on the
story.
same day
You
I
were
was.
riding-
And we sit there like
you have
literally
$10
reading
in your pocket?
Bassmaster magazines and doing all this, huh?
Did you have $10 in your pocket?
No, I didn't have $10 in my pocket. I had a bunch of baits stuffed in my pocket. You know how you used to do that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I had like 10 or 12 worms in there because I knew I wasn't going to use all them. I just stuffed them in my
I
pockets.
would rob
my mom washed my
my.
clothes.
Oh,
Pulling out fishing
Oh,
tables everywhere.
God.
Hardcore.
I had a tackle bag that I'd put over my shoulder while I was riding a mile, and 3 rods in my hand, and ride my bike with 3 rods and a tackle
Oh,
bag.
you put the rods across the handlebars.
No,
you
no,
just
you
drive.
hold them like with one hand, and then you
And you
grab
just had
it,
a handlebar
and then
with
you
one
have one free hand. That's how you do
Boy.
it.
I had a.
No, you don't put it across the hand. That's a stupid shit.
you ain't
You ain't never done that.
I had a PW80 one time, a little Yamaha, little motorcycle. Once
Yeah.
we got that when I was like 12. Whoa.
You was riding him down to the lake.
Yeah, man, one-handed. All the way to.
With the rod.
And I never had permission in none of these ponds.
But you, I'm pulling up.
I'm rolling up. Somebody asked me, I live in that house. Right there.
The owner come out.
The owner come out, man,
I live right there.
I'm like, no, I live there. I'm like,
Well, I bet that one.
The other one.
gotta go. What you do? Shoot me for fishing?
Hell no.
Now in Florida, they was a little sketchy.
Oh,
at
they
the
gangsta.
beginning.
They gangsta in Florida.
They had signs all over the place.
I ain't
No
trying it.
fishing, no fishing. I'm like,
I ain't trying it.
I ain't living here. Go
I
ahead.
ain't trying it. I ain't doing it.
So I'll give you guys a little backstory on that, but that's no. So this accent buzzbait, I'm gonna give this one straight up a 9.5 out of 10. And the only thing I would change, but real quick here, I'm gonna give you guys some game.
Oh yeah.
So what I do, you guys can see this head real quick here. The one thing I love about it, is it's a softer lead. So the softer lead that it's made out of allows for me to take side cutters and cut them on each side. So if I want to buy this buzzbait and I want to have a skirted buzzbait, just like him right here, he comes with a skirt, whatever color skirt you want, buy that one with the head. And then if I don't want that skirt tears up, or I don't want that buzzbait to be, I want a toad buzzbait, then I'll take some side cutters and I'll just cut him off on each side just a little bit. I'll take your toad and I'll thread him on there. Now you can just sort of place them on there under a skirt. You can place them on there, but to me, this is the best way to do it because then you go ahead and you have him there, and he locks it in there, and your hook, it comes back the furthest point. So you have it in between those legs right there. Your hook point's right there, and you don't really need a trailer hook.
Yep.
And that's really the key with that.
They get him.
If you just do it like where you hook him,
School.
originally it was designed where you could just do it like this. But then your hook point, then you could use the trailer hook, right?
Right.
So to me, that quarter of an inch really truly does make a difference in hooking those fish. And there's a lot of times I'll even pull that trailer hook, the actual keeper out, soft plastic keeper out, so that way I have it where he's naked now, and he locks in place. So that's the deal. But I do give this. I mean, it's a 9 out of 10. It really is. I mean, the buzzbait blades. I mean, they go through the extra mile at Accent, and like this is a black anodized blade. Like when you have the special anodized blades, they're something special, and they go that extra mile to make sure it's right.
They squeaky.
They squeaky.
I ain't gonna give y'all a long spiel. Your boy J-Dub just gave y'all all the history that y'all need to know about this buzzbait. I'm gonna tell you this. Excellent buzzbait, okay? For somebody like me who's I'm not a huge tinkerer. I tinker a little bit, but I ain't huge, okay? Let me tell you something. This one right here, literally buy him, open him up out the package, tie him on, he's already squealing, crying, worrying, nagging, and complaining right out the pack.
Dang, you sound like a fisherman.
Sounds like somebody's fishing these days.
Whining, crying,
And
nagging.
complaining.
God almighty.
And he catches them. And this is probably my favorite buzzbait. I ain't gonna cap. I'm just gonna keep it all the way at brick.
Is he a 10?
He up there, bro. He's up there. Damn, I don't even know where to rate him. I damn near need to give him a 10. They did a really good job with him, bro. I throw him a lot. Anytime I'm throwing a toad, this is the buzzbait I'm throwing.
9.9?
And I throw a toad a lot. You know what, man? I'm gonna just go ahead and do it, bro. It's a 10. Shorty is a 10.
Shorty is a 10.
A 10.
A 10.
A 10. You already know. A 10. He's a 10, bro.
So Jacob already hit on this, and I would give him a 10, except for I'm with Mark. If I'm throwing this buzzbait, I'm throwing a toad.
Yeah.
And
This thing trash.
And I literally so instead of using side cutters, I just use a 4.5 inch grinder.
Yeah.
I put them in my little vise and I just hit them with a wheel.
Yep.
But because if you don't, there's nothing more than I hate is when you thread this on and
It's
that freaking nose blows out. And it happens all the time. I mean, you might not even fish. You might throw them in your box and he might be perfect. You go the next morning, he's already split.
Yeah.
Blow it out.
You gotta hit him with some super glue.
So realistically for me, in order for me to give them a 10, they gotta sell one that's already.
They need to cut the head sides off.
That's similar to that one that we already seen.
The problem is then you can't do both, and that's the problem.
I
So if you
understand
can't, you don't. So if you buy one that's gonna be great for just a toad,
Right.
the reason why
That's why
that's
they gotta
the
have
deal.
two
He can
birdies.
go
But see,
either
that's
way.
the reason why that's the deal is like most people out here aren't gonna buy 5 buzzbaits of this version, 5 buzzbaits of that version,
Yeah,
right? They're
right.
gonna buy 5 buzzbaits.
Yep.
So this buzzbait gives you the opportunity to do both.
He go both ways.
And that's really the biggest thing is like because if you design one with a toad like that, you really don't have that option.
You can't put a skirt on there. If
Exactly.
You
So that's the only thing. I do agree, and it's not designed to go over the head with it originally.
want to. Right.
So you have to customize him a little bit,
Yep.
and that's why he's not really like a design like in the original design with him. He's not really like
Yeah.
What was that?
And me
Oh.
personally, like I get weird about throwing a buzzbait and like what you said, like threading a buzzbait and having lead in front of that. I don't think the bait skips as well.
No, it doesn't happen.
And
It doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like you really want your soft plastic, whatever you're using, toad style bait, thread it over there. You want everything covered.
Yeah.
But in order, I'm gonna give this a 9.5, and only because
I gotta get that.
me personally, that's what I would do.
You need 2 different sides.
Yes,
Two different
I
things.
need to.
I understand. I agree.
I need to.
Hey,
But
like,
that's
like
but
I said,
out of
there's
the
always
package-
room for improvement.
But out of the
I
package,
gave him a 9.
But
out of the package,
for
there
me,
is not a
it's a
better
10.
buzzbait.
There's not.
There's not.
There's not.
Man, that's
All right,
something.
these boys
I
done
agree.
talked about it. I'm gonna lay it out there. You know me, I'm not a big toad guy. Not a big toad guy.
No, that's the millennials.
I got a rating. 2.3.
But you're a big math guy, so what's the plus?
2.3 plus 7.7.
9.9?
No, I was like
10,
10.
bro.
No, I said 10. 2.3. Oh yeah, 2.3 and
7.7 is 10.
I can add. I'm from Alabama, but I can
Dang.
add.
Yeah, apparently I can't, bro.
That's a 10
That
right
is a
there,
10.
baby. I gave 2 10s this time, man. I'm gonna be honest with
Damn.
y'all. 2 10s, 2 10s. Too bad I can't launch the boat early enough to throw a buzzbait.
Shout out Major League Fishing.
Shout out Major League Fishing. I have to. Y'all watch live coverage. We go lines in at 8 a.m. I'm getting sunburnt. When I tell you, I ain't even getting mosquito bit no more. Mosquitoes done hid by then.
By then, you get straight sunburn.
Big dog. Them frogs done quit croaking.
Yeah, it's over
By the
with.
time I go lines in,
It's over with.
I mean, that's just it. We don't throw top waters where we from.
Nah.
This morning, hey, for real, I got it. For real though, we pulled out. I love y'all. I love MLF. I do. I vouch for it. That's my employer. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But this morning we pulled out. We had a trailer policy. We rolled out at 7 a.m. At 7 a.m., I'm getting burnt up
Yeah.
by the sun this morning. You know exactly
yeah.
what I'm talking about because I got out to
Crispy.
help my official, and it's beaming, hit me, and I said, "God Almighty!"
Yeah. Real talk.
One day.
Man, but one of
It's
these
gotta be
days,
pre-spawn though.
hey, the pre-spawn is perfect. Because they don't start biting you until about 11.
No, pre-spawn. I ain't throwing a buzzbait.
Nah, you definitely ain't.
It's gonna be pandemonium.
What you hey, panda.
It'll be pandemonium.
Pandemonium.
All right, y'all. That's a 10 from me.
Hey, so,
That's where I'm at.
My last question is, what does a buzzbait imitate?
It just depends. Like during the shad spawn, white toad is obviously a shad.
A white toad, it imitates
Now-
a skittering shad.
I'm gonna say a black toad imitates a bluegill.
There you go.
Me.
So
That's what-
none of them imitate
And
frog.
we basically throw we basically
Frog
throw black
doesn't
and white.
imitate the frog.
Do you ever throw any other color
A
than black and
toad,
white?
yeah, I mean, I'll throw like green
Green
pumpkin, or I'll throw like watermelon candy with a gold blade.
And then what's he imitating?
Watermelon candy imitates
Sure,
bluegill. Yeah,
Which
and watermelon
you
candy.
think black? I think black could be
I
like a
don't
bird,
think
a rat.
I think it could be I
It
think it could be a
don't matter.
shad.
It don't
I
matter
think
at
it could
all.
be I think it's
90% of the
creature.
time, a
It don't
buzzbait
matter.
bite is a reaction bite anyway. They're like,
Water black for me.
Yeah, they like
Yeah.
you smaller than me.
Water black for me.
Water black,
yeah.
watermelon candy,
I don't
Hardly ever throw water.
blue glimmer in a skirt. I'll throw him quite a bit.
Dude, I remember back in the day, Jacob getting burnt by a buzzbait. Conrad, remember that?
Oh yeah.
oh, he threw that thing on them
he
old
caught some,
stumps
though,
up there, all them little isolated stump flats and all that. He was like, oh man, I'm gonna
If
throw
only
some
you
buzzbait.
knew what you know now.
Oh yeah, blue.
That's the tournament I lost a 10-pounder.
I'm trying
Hey,
to.
Got
Brett.
straight line.
You
No,
got straight
spinnerbait.
line.
Oh, you
It was
lost one
spinnerbait.
spinnerbait.
I thought
That was
broke
hell.
about.
It was
Big dog,
funny,
I
but
hooked
it
that
was.
fish. I hooked that fish. I was going down the seawall. I was literally going from dock to dock and just
Bulkhead.
fishing because I was throwing spinnerbait.
You were
It
lost.
was windy.
Last year's Easter egg.
Sitting there throwing spinnerbait, and I was like, okay, dude, big, and I seen her. She looked like. Can I cuss on this channel?
Of course, hell yeah.
I ain't gonna say the other word. I'm gonna say she looked like a damn whale. Her back, she was thick. She was thick, boy. Said she was a girl. She was thick. She was this wide. I remember her.
I don't remember.
How many C's?
I remember her. She was thick. She was that wide, and she came past my boat, and I'm like, oh my god! And I seen her, and I was trying to pick her head up, and get her jumping or something, trying to stop her. Big dog, she freaking pow! Broke 20-pound line.
That's terrible.
Dude, I remember when he got off the water that day, he was telling the story. He
He's
was
so
so freaking
pissed.
mad.
I remember that too.
I missed
bro.
a cut at that crap tournament.
We all Adrian was the one who made it.
Oh, we all suck.
God.
Hey, what was cool about it is I launched the boat. I launched the boat in that little lily pad pond.
Oh yeah.
I ran there. That was my first stop. I ran there, but like that was 6 years ago. I was fairly green.
Yeah.
I'd only been fishing pro for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was not.
That was the first
there.
year, wasn't it? Or second year?
Yeah, it was the first year.
First year.
I was not there mentally enough to be like, all right, come back later, do this, do that. Don't go there early. It's too cold, you know.
Right.
Let it warm up. Dude, I rolled out of there and went and ran some other stuff, and like 3 boats ran in there, and they started blasting them. And one of them guys caught like a 7-pounder, and I was like,
No, Andy Montgomery put that 9 in there.
Yeah.
yeah, with 0 seconds left.
And lines out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I never did see that footage though, so I can't.
2, 1.
I never saw the footage, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
I got her.
All right, y'all. Well, look, we out. Hope y'all enjoyed the buzzbait video, man. You know, we'll sit here telling stories for days, but y'all know the drill, man. Make sure y'all follow my boys on YouTube, all social media, really. And make sure y'all subscribe, man. Y'all been doing a great job. I really appreciate it. The subscribers are definitely going up. So y'all do me a favor and keep that rolling. And we're going to catch y'all in the next derb or another rate debate. We out. See y'all.